talking about Jonathan Bowling. He's the got himself in trouble, but he's also a huge factor in this ball game. Struggled the first 2 innings, but the last 5 innings he pitched, he looked like the Bowling we've seen the last 3 outings. And you always talk about series baseball, and even though this isn't a series, the fact that he was able to settle down meant you didn't have to start rolling out of the bullpen before you go into a conference opener this weekend.
Yeah, that was positive. I thought he settled down and he elevated his competitive level. And, I didn't feel like when that game starts, that it was just a bad vibe of man, we take BP and stuff so early here, and then we sit and wait and wait and wait. And last week we had the same similar type deal where it took us a while even to get good at bats rolling. So we didn't come out of the gates. I thought we showed up and had a great BP and a lot of energy. And then when the game started, we didn't make the first play on Mangum.
Right.
Then it kind of like, okay, now every pitch is elevated a little bit, and he had a hard time getting below the zone with Rooker. Got Rooker into a 2-strike count, and tried to bury a slider and left it at the belt, and then it jump started them.
When you leave it up for these guys who came in at 298 as a team, they're going to hit balls, and they hit those balls hard. You also had the play where Grudds couldn't hold the bag.
Yeah.
And that was critical as well.
And John's kind of nonchalant that throw, and it kind of dipped and dived, and Grush's feet got tangled up, and they got tangled up, and he missed the bag. So now you're on skates, and now we're trying to do damage control, and every hitter's average is elevated when there's runners on. So, but they got a nice lineup, a very good lineup to pitch to. I told the team afterwards, this is a regional type lineup that we have to attack, especially those first 5 guys. And after the first inning, John settled in and did very well with them.
Right. Let's elaborate a little bit more on that. And Jeff made a great point that he was able to settle down. He got into a nice groove, and I think as a freshman last year, maybe that doesn't happen. Maybe mentally he's not into it after what happened in the first inning. I think the composure, the maturity that he has shown is awfully positive for you guys and for Jonathan moving forward.
That was a huge step. And it was easy. Last week he stayed in that groove from the beginning of the game until we had to go get him in the 9th, pitch count-wise. Today he got back in that groove, so that was very, very positive. And again, that could have been a game last year. We'd have had to dump out maybe 6 or 7 guys, and then offensively, we walked 2 guys, they walked 7, and hit 3, and so hard to sit on pitches, hard to not, they made pitches when they had to, but we cross-counted ourselves a lot, and we chased out of the zone and took balls in the zone, and we just kind of got on our heels offensively. We didn't get our offense ever jump-started like we're capable.
Yeah, it didn't seem real comfortable. It's very unusual to see a team that had 3 total hits and still leave 8 guys on base. So you had those opportunities, usually with 2 outs, but weren't able to get some big hits to really get back into the game.
Yeah, we had a hard time getting any 2-out hits, and they did a little bit of 2-out damage too. But I think the positive, if there's one positive you take from it, is learning about things are critical at the beginning of the game just like they are at the end. We've been a really good team the second half of games in every area. Pitching, defense, everything. We've handled situations very well. We just didn't do it early in the game today.
I think one of the positives from a hitting standpoint was to watch Carrier knock one halfway up the bluff. You need him going forward in conference
hopefully
play.
That gives Chris a shot in the arm, to know he can be that kind of guy. And we're going to keep him down there in the order for a little bit, I think, now to take a little heat off of him and let him get some freedom and some swings off, and then try to. So we've got a lot of interchangeable parts in the middle, and Trent was out of whack tonight. Trent's been very, very good for us this year. He was not himself tonight. I don't think he swung at a fastball strike, and he swung at a lot of balls out of the zone. But he'll get back in the groove. We're gonna have a real spirited, upbeat, uplifting work tomorrow, and then get ready to start conference play and try to put this behind us. But got to credit Mississippi State. They can be very, very tough to pitch to, and they attack fastballs, and that's a sign of a good offense.
All right, final question. Let's again talk about getting ready for Cincinnati this weekend. And, hey, this is for all the marbles. This is conference play. Okay, this would have been nice tonight. A big non-conference, big RPI win if you would have gotten it. Still 3-3 against the SEC, which is not too shabby. But let's talk about Cincinnati and starting conference play.
Well, they've been, and the unique thing about Cincinnati is we got to play them 6 times. So by the end of the season, we know each other so well. educating ourselves on who they are. We're facing a real tough customer on Friday night, Zellner, who's had our number multiple times, and they'll pitch totally different. They're a lot of plus minus. They try to front to back you. The changeup is a big factor. The BP fastball. The key with that is you can't miss fastballs when you get them because you don't get many. They'll be very good defensively on the turf, and we just got to jump start and create energy at the beginning of that thing.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Rock.
Thanks, guys.